Hi everyone, it's Mason here. I wanted to make a video discussing citrus trees and the winter storm we just went through in this part of southeast Texas. We received about 6 to 8 inches of snow. We had almost an entire week in the freezing temperatures, and one of those nights we went down into 10 degrees, which categorizes us as zone 8A, not 9A as we were categorized by USDA. So I wanted to make a video and discuss my outdoor citrus that I have in ground and the type of damage, the ones that went through it and got damaged, and the ones that went through it and did not get damaged, and what I've done to minimize that. Because initially my plan was to have these trees adapt to whatever weather we go through here, and this is not their first winter. This is the second winter they went through hard freezes. Last winter was about 14 degrees. This winter the worst was 10. I would say this winter is worse than the one before, because the length of the freezing temperatures, and obviously in addition to that 8 inches of snow around here, that did not help at all. Anyways, I want to go around and show you each and every variety that I have. Some are Satsuma varieties rated for cold temperatures, and some are not, and I have some that are probably not going to work out around here, just judging by the amount of damage that they received. So let's go ahead and get into the video and discuss what we got going on here. All right, so starting from the right side right here. Oh, first, look at all these cats. This guy is just rubbing them. He wouldn't let me. Look at him. You want rubsies? Yes. Very good boy. Showing off. Alright, let's get into it. First variety we're going to talk about is I believe this is Miho Satsuma that I got here. Showed absolutely no damage to the leaves, no damage to the wood. The only thing they got as far as protection is just this structure here with plastic covering on it, very thin plastic covering, that like the one I have over there on top of that structure. And I moved the mulch closer to the wood over there, so I can protect that graft and maybe a foot on top of that, just in case, if worst case scenario, last year's damage repeats itself. I wanted to continue to have those varieties and protect the grafted wood. Anyways, let's get into the next one we have here. I believe this one was it's either Miho. I believe this is Miho Satsuma. So, but it's one of the Satsumas. Just generally, like they all did really, really well. So whatever Satsuma you get, I haven't had much problems in the freezing weather. Like I would say, unless you have some really bad wind chill with like maybe 10 degrees or single degrees, then it becomes a problem keeping these trees alive, because the wind chill it's like, it causes a lot of damage to the wood itself. Anyways, this variety right here is a Arctic Frost Satsuma, available in the store. Most places, as far as like southeast Texas, I've seen them. Home Depot and different nurseries, Lowe's, they got these. So Arctic Frost Satsuma, no problem, no yellowing, and the wood is very healthy and undamaged. All right, let's move on to the next. This one right here, I was surprised by the resistance, by the cold temperatures. I don't know if you can hear all these cats around me. Forgive me and them. They can be kind of annoying. You know, look at him. This guy especially right here. He's always chasing us and, you know, demanding food and petsies. But you're getting none right now, so get out of here. This guy right here, he just rubs on me. That's all he wants to do. Anyways, this one right here was a surprise. This is a sunburst tangerine. Okay? And I'm surprised because it was rated for 30 degrees and nothing under 30 degrees without serious damage. This specific structure here, it got down to 10 degrees. And I measured it. I had a sensor over there. I don't know if you can see that inside the structure, that white thing right there. So I had a measuring device measuring the humidity and the temperature of these trees in the ambient they're in. So anyways, sunburst tangerine, no problem as well. The only issue that I got was right here. See? Some yellowing of the leaves, and these were rubbing against the plastic itself, so that did not help. But generally, I am unsure what would have happened, you know, if I didn't have the plastic on. Right? So the plastic could have probably helped a little bit just with the wind chill. But if I didn't have the plastic, maybe it would have been worse. But anyway, sunburst tangerine with a plastic cover and these pine needle mulch piled up against the wood. 10 degrees, no problem. It survived. Okay, but like I said, this may be different for you or somebody else, just because this is the second winter they're going through this shock, right? The last winter they went through 14-15 degree with wind chill, uncovered. They died all the way down to where I covered the wood with the mulch. That mulch protected that graft, and they came back. Now this is the second year they're going through super hard freeze. Anyways, this one right here, I'm really upset about this because this is like one of the prettiest ones I have as far as how the structure was. It was really nice and uniform, upright, and it branched out evenly in all directions. This one is a it's a, what do you call it? It's an orange Hamlin. This is a Hamlin orange. Okay, so this Hamlin right here, when I inspect it, the wood is not damaged. Okay, so I'm looking at the leaves, and the leaves are. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that this is just leaf damage, and it's not the wood, which is really good. So I've seen these citrus plants come up with brand new wood in like a month, you know. So as long, I'm sorry, not wood, but brand new leaf flush in like a month. As long as the wood and the structure of the plant is intact, you know, it's gonna produce it. I'm gonna feed it, I'm gonna take care of it, and it's gonna produce a brand new flush of leaves, no problem. Okay, but this is Hamlin orange, 10 degrees in this structure. We've gotten leaf damage here, and I don't think I have any type of yeah. So when I look at the wood looks good. I've scratched multiple of them, like absolutely no problem. And there is a specific type of damage that happens. I'm going to show you with the other one. I believe the other one got damaged more, and I'll show you what happens and what to look for as far as citrus wood damage. This one was another surprise, but I don't know if I should be surprised or not. This one is a pineapple orange, and not rated for 10 degrees, let me tell you. So I'm really surprised that it didn't get as much damage as the Hamlin, because it's not even rated for zone 9A. It's rated for zone 10A and 10B, but it looks good. I don't see any problems with it. Maybe outside of a little bit of leaf damage here, like yellowing, but the rest of the plant, the wood and the leaves look good. Orange pineapple seem to be nice and resistant to freezing temperatures. So is this guy. Yes, This right here, I believe, is an Owari Satsuma. Okay. Yes, this is an Owari Satsuma. The area here that was pressing against the plastic got some damage. That's what it looks like right there. Do you see it? That's the damage to the wood. I believe just a little bit, you know. And I'm not sure whether it's real damage as far as like the internal structure, or it's just the exterior of the wood. I don't know. I will report back on how this turns out to be in the future. But this one right here, some yellowing, some damage, but nothing catastrophic, I would say. Okay, so this plant will recover just fine and continue its growth. This is where we got the most damage as far as these citrus trees in the center here. This one was I had this almost completely covered with mulch. This is a Sarawak pomelo. Second year in the ground. Last year died back, and this year it came back with no problem until this nasty freeze we got. So leaf damage, some wood damage. But this was almost completely covered with mulch, so I'm not sure how much that mulch, or I don't know, just the pine needles, how much do they help with the temperatures and the protection addition to the plastic. I don't know. So maybe it did, maybe it did not. But last year it completely died. This portion was at the top, and as you can see, I believe if it wasn't covered with pine needles, it probably would have gotten killed maybe again. So this is not cold hardy at all. This is the second year having it in the ground. This right here is a Cara hybrid. It's an orange, it's a blood orange, or like a pink orange, whatever you want to call it inside. It's not the usual orange color. It's pinkish to red. This one right here, I was thinking it's gonna get destroyed, but I'm really surprised. I don't know if these trees have the ability to adapt as fast as they did, but these really did adapt. Okay, so they went through this one right here. This is the third year going into hard freezes. The first one was in Houston. It was 12 to 14 degrees when we came here, another 14 to 15 degrees, and this year 10 degrees. And I don't know, it might be evolving and adapting to this kind of weather. And as I look at it, I see some leaf damage, but this is a brand new branch coming up. This is a brand new shoot. The older ones, they don't seem to have gotten damaged as much. Like that one right there, that's an older shoot. It's an older branch. Obviously, the newer the branch, the worse the damage. This right here, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so let me explain what happened here. Okay, initially I wasn't going to cover any of these plants with anything. I was just going to let them be and continue my experiment of trying to induce cold hardiness without any protection. But 10 degrees, come on, it's kind of, they're not rated for that. Even Satsumas probably would suffer if they're young, and all my plants are young anyways. This one night we had 20 degrees, and this white pomelo here suffered pretty obviously. When I look at the wood, when I look at the leaves, I have to do some pruning probably, and it's just, I don't know what to think about it. It had some scalding here. I don't know. It's just it's discouraging because I love this. I grew this once in Houston, and the plant was maybe like this height or a little bit taller, and the fruit was absolutely one of the best citrus fruit I've ever tasted. And I really want this fruit to work out. I might have to move it into the greenhouse or do something with it to keep it alive and producing. But 20 degrees, this happened, so I decided to build this structure. And when I found out about the 10-degree freeze coming over this area, our direction with the snow and all that, I was like, look, I gotta do something. So I did. This is what I did. I added the mulch against the tree, and it survived. Like, the wood is okay, it's alive, but it's not the happiest right now. And it is what it is. This is white pomelo. The varieties that you can, if you're in the south, you can find that at the hardware store or nurseries. This is what they sell usually. But as far as cold hardiness, I'm not sure about this. Okay. Right here, this is another Arctic Frost Satsuma. Pretty good. See, no problem with these. These are awesome. I believe that if I continue with the way I'm raising them, with the way I'm taking care of them, and we get even a single digit, these would work out no problem. Just judging by the amount of care I'm putting into these plants. This is another surprise, possibly another adaptation. This is Orlando Tangelo. Look at it. Like, nearly no damage. Huh? That's pretty good. Orlando Tangelo. There you go. This might have adapted somehow. Like I'm telling you, these are not rated for 10 degrees, even protected. Now, mind you that I had no heating elements in these structures at all. This is just the plastic, okay, and the pine needles in there. This is orange. What is it? Let me see. This is orange frost satsuma. It's not like Arctic frost. A little different. It's a different variety. Okay, so I see some damage to the leaves, but the structure as a whole, it's not that bad really. I think this one is going to recover just fine and come out with different, with new branches and new flush of leaves once the weather warms up a little bit. But there you go, guys. This is as far as what I've had in the ground here in the center. I got 12 citrus trees here with different varieties, and let's move on to the next section here and talk about that real quick. This is another Hamlin. This is also another pretty one. But as you can see, yeah, Hamlin Sweet Orange. As you can see, it suffered a little bit, but the wood looks good. The leaves don't. I feel like there's some leaves might survive, like a couple of them here and there, but just generally, this is a complete leaf defoliation. So like, yeah, Hamlin Sweet Orange, 10 degrees with just this cover here, and no mulch. Okay, not even any mulch with this one, by the way, because I didn't have enough mulch for these. What I was gonna do is I was gonna air blow all these leaves and kind of put them against the structure here and build it up, but it started snowing, so I couldn't do any of that. This place got covered with snow super quick. Hamlin Sweet Orange will suffer with such temperatures and get significant leaf damage. This one right here is a Washington Navel. As you can see, nearly identical damage to the leaves. And like I said, the wood itself is fine. The leaves are not. And I was going to show you what I meant, because here we had some good examples of the cold damage effect on the exterior of the wood. You see that? And it also it darkens as well. So yeah, like I'm trying to find a nice dark section here. The wood gets darker. Anyways, Hamlin, Washington Navel, Same damage. Wood is fine. This right here was a this is a seed grown lemon. So also the same type of damage. Good wood, but dead leaves. It's really painful to look at these like that. You don't want them to suffer like this, but I believe it's necessary. I could have added a heating element and kept them alive, but that's not what I want to do. I want to have them at the nearly at the point of dying, and give them a nudge. Put a little cover on top. Maybe put some mulch on the bottom. Give them a little bit of help and let these plants go through real life, okay, and figure it out. I mean, I'm not in an unreasonable zone as far as growing citrus. Zone 9A, Southeast Texas. This place had citrus before. I live close to a city that is called Orange, and I believe they had that city came from that place growing groves of orange trees and citrus. So they must have had some terrible cold weather snap or some sort of winter storm and destroyed their crops. But I'm not about monoculture and that type of growing, so I'm not sure what they did and what caused them to lose their crop and lose those trees and kind of give up on this area out of fear for weather changes. I don't know what happened. I'm not sure about that history. Maybe I should look into that, but I don't know. I think with the way I'm doing things, I'm not treating these trees like commercial growers do. I'm giving them a little extra love and also a little extra tough love by not over caring for them when things get tough. Anyways, let's look at this right here. This was when I bought it. It was supposed to be a page mandarin, okay. But when I got fruit from this last year or the year before, I forgot. I got fruit from this, and it looks like Sherwani, or I forgot what the other name for this is, like Deepakan or something. But it has a very distinct shape, and it has a little nub at the top. And I'm not sure Page Mandarin has that. So I am unsure about the variety of this plant yet. So I gotta wait until it fruits next time, and I do some thorough and deep comparison online to see which variety this is. But it's a mandarin. It's either Page or Sherwani. And I don't know if these leaves are damaged as far as survivability, but the leaves look like they have gotten damaged a little bit. And I'm not sure if they're continuing to operate and do photosynthesis or not. But all that matters right now is the structure as a whole and the wood, okay? As far as the wood, we've got some of that damage right there. Maybe that's only to the exterior, but the wood itself, the areas that matter, the structure, it's still there. This plant will have to produce new leaves anyway. So this is another seed-grown lemon. These have suffered just as much as that pomelo as well. So the wood is fine. That's what matters. The wood is fine. The leaves are not. And there it is. We're approaching 25 minutes for this video, and I want to end it soon. But before I do, I want to go around and show you another thing here. Another section. My Loquats outside. I was pretty bummed out because one of them had like 20 fruit on it, and I was really happy that I thought I might get some Loquat this year. But the weather had different plans for me. I might have to cut this branch here. I don't know what to do with it. I don't like that when branches are kind of weak like that. We'll see. Anyways, Loquats, look at them, no problem. Multiple varieties. Each and every one of those is a different variety, except for this one here, and this one here, and that there was like a little one right over there. And that one is, all these are seed grown. I grown them myself, so I'm not sure what they're gonna come out to be like. Maybe one of them is my own variety. You know, I really like the growth of this one. You know, like it's pretty nice and strong. And when it grew, a rabbit came and ate most of it, and it shot up again, and it has pretty growth habits, so I like that. This one right here I planted at the same time, and it's literally like in the same spots, same treatment, same watering, same fertilization. But look at this twig. It's not as good. Okay, but it's there, it's alive. I'm gonna give it time and care and love and let it do its thing. Like, see that compared to this big gym right here, Palucci. This is Brendanton. This is the one that had the fruit, and I believe they're not gonna make it. Maybe they will. I don't know. Like, I see like a green one here. I don't know. They turn black, and like this one is just, see. Yeah, this fruit probably not gonna happen. Luckily, I have another one in the greenhouse. You know, I don't want an entire season to go by without Loquat fruit. I might add another one to the greenhouse to for a better cross-pollination. This is Golden Nugget. This variety have received the most damage, and we were talking about cold hardiness, adaptability, and all that. I actually had this covered under a pot, like a big pot, and it's still gotten damaged. And I had a feeling about this. That's why I covered it. This is from Puerto Rico. Look at that. The genetics are not the same. It's Loquat, and you know, it's all that. You know, when you go online, it could take this cold weather, you know, and all this. When you get into it, where you get these trees from really matters. You gotta keep that in mind. Okay. So if you want weather adapted trees, go with nurseries or people that are located in certain areas that can aid and help whatever plant you want to buy with its adaptability. And this is a good example on that. This Loquat right here. None of these Loquats had this type of damage. It's the only one. This is a Yehuda. This is a recent addition, not so long ago, maybe a couple of months. Novak, and I believe this is Christmas right here. Okay, so I wanted to show you this just so you can understand. 10 degrees. These were in the snow, by the way. They were covered with snow. 8 inches of snow. They're all alive, no problem. I was worried about the Loquats because, you know, I heard, you know, in many areas people were saying that they're rated down to like 10 to 15 degrees, and I'm like, okay, we're at the lower end of that with the snow. Is that going to be a problem? I'm here to happily report to you that's not a problem, even if they're tiny, even if they're grafted, even if they're seedlings growing from like a little seed. Like, look at this one. This one was completely covered with snow, and it's still alive. It got some little damage, but I believe if it wasn't covered, it would not have gotten damaged like that. But the structure itself is, the wood is alive, the leaves are alive, so this one will come back, no problem. All right, guys, well, this we're approaching 30 minutes for this video. I hope you've benefited from this video as far as understanding what you can get away with in regions of, I would say, mostly like zone, I would say like 8A, 8B, 9A, 9B, 10A, and 10B. They should be fine over there, but this video is for those regions, and this is my observation as far as cold hardiness of these varieties. Take care.